Let's be real. Elden Ring was a cultural nuke. It didn't just drop. It redefined open-world gaming. Some might say it's the benchmark for modern fantasy RPGs. But what if that same Souls-like DNA got squeezed into something smaller, tighter, indie-sized? Hi, you are watching Mookamania, and today, we are diving into Ashen. A game that feels like Elden Ring got hit with a cel-shaded art filter, and then tossed its AAA budget into a ravine. And honestly, it's kind of brilliant, kind of frustrating, and kind of all over the place. First off, Ashen is not trying to be Elden Ring. Not exactly. But it definitely wants you to think about Elden Ring while you're playing. From the stamina-based combat, to the cryptic, breadcrumb world building, to that bleak, desolate tone. It's checking a lot of Souls-like boxes. But here's the kicker. This isn't from software. This is A44, an indie studio swinging way above its weight class. And sometimes, that shows in the best ways. And other times, it absolutely falls apart. But before we get into the gameplay, let's talk about the visuals. Because from the very first look, Ashen is weirdly beautiful. It's not flashy. It's not detailed. In fact, it's intentionally minimal. Characters don't even have faces. And yet, somehow, it works. The world feels eerie, mysterious, strangely lonely. It's got this Dark Souls meets Journey kind of vibe. And when the lighting hits just right, goddamn, it's like the game is posing for a photograph. And from every asset to the overall art direction, it feels like the devs tried to make less feel like more. And in a lot of ways, they pulled it off. But don't expect a ton of variety. Like the environments, they start blending together after a while. And there are only so many gray cliffs and dusty ruins you can wander through, especially if you're the kind of player who really zones in and tries to emotionally invest. Now, the combat. Oh boy. This is where the cracks really start to show. Ashen's combat is Souls-like, but it feels light, floaty, almost sluggish. There's weight, technically, but the feedback? It's muddy, unclear. You swing your weapon, and it just doesn't feel satisfying. And don't even get me started on enemy variety, because there's barely any. You'll fight the same spiky feral dude with a club about 100 times. Sometimes in packs, sometimes in corridors. Always with that same janky leap attack. Now the boss fights? Mixed bag. Some are genuinely intense, memorable, even epic. Others feel like they were designed by someone who had 5 minutes and a whiteboard. But combat is not all bad. One thing that really helps Ashen's gameplay is the companion system, where one companion stays with player throughout the game. And sometimes it's an AI partner. Sometimes it's a random co-op player who just drops in, like a silent road trip buddy. Either way, it's a neat idea. Let's say, when it works, it's great. They help in fights, revive you when you go down, and make the world feel more alive. But when it doesn't work, yeah, then the whole game flips to a disaster. Like, sometimes the AI buddy gets stuck on a rock, or straight up drowns in knee-deep water, and it usually happens right in the middle of a boss fight, while you're screaming and dying. Not to forget, it's Souls-like difficulty, meaning you are already struggling with boss. This companion is one of those features that flips back and forth. Genius 1 minute, and glitchy mess the next. Now here's something Ashen does that Elden Ring never even attempts. It lets you build a town. Here's how it works. Every time you finish a major quest, your home base, called Vagrant's Rest, gets a little bigger, with new NPCs moving in. More shops open up, and the whole place starts to feel more alive. What makes this feature better is that it's not just about leveling up or getting better gear. It's a real sense of progress you can see and feel. And it's not just there like a gimmick. It's actually cozy place. It's meaningful. It feels like the world is slowly healing because of you. And honestly, I wish From Software games could have something like this. It's like place where you get stronger and chill out, relax a bit. Okay, the town system is great, but the story? Yeah, it's hard pass. Why? You may ask. Because in the very first hour, you are present with the lore of the game. Like made-up words from Game of Scrabble. There are vague gods, ancient lights, the Age of Ash, and a whole lot of spiritual mumbo-jumbo that feels like rejected Destiny lore. In short, the story doesn't line up. And after some time, the game just stops trying to provide rich story experience. It's very obvious when characters talks about some abstract expositions, scenarios, and none of it really connects like a world building without a pulse. So, if you're here for a well-told story experience, then this game won't be a good choice. Anyways, who is here for the story? If you're enthusiasts like me, then you are 100% here for the vibes, not the plot. Okay, let's get to the point. Is Ashen really worth playing in 2025? The answer is simple yes, but only for a specific kind of players. Like, if you're expecting an indie version of Elden Ring, with tight combat, deep lore, and massive world variety, then you'll be disappointed because Ashen will not deliver all these. Because the combat is unpolished, the enemy design is repetitive, and the story doesn't land. But however, where Ashen succeeds is in tone and structure. Like, this game offers a more relaxed, focused Souls-like experience. The game has a unique atmosphere that will really connect with many players. And the town-building element is a standout. It gives the game a sense of progression beyond just leveling up. So, here's the bottom line. Let's say if you're looking for a serious Elden Ring alternative, you should skip this game. But if you're open to a slower, simpler, indie Souls-like with personality, or you want Souls-like but something different, then you should definitely try it. This leads us to conclusion that Ashen is not Elden Ring's equal. But if you want a smaller, quieter version of Elden Ring with its own perks and uniqueness, then Ashen is the wholesome experience.